Tom, me and the comic fam are worried about you. We just see you drifting farther and farther away and slipping farther and farther out of our grasp. And the thing that I think we need you to center and bring back to us is doing another true first.
Okay, Russ. And comic book fam, it's going to be okay. We're going to do a true first right now.
We're going to get through this together.
Thank you so much, comic book community, for joining us today. Coming at you live through the powers of the internet, broadcasting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. We have to talk to you about some true first appearances in comic books because of why?
Well, you know what? Topher over at CBSIComicBookInvest.com mandates it. He came out with a fantastic list of true firsts that have to do with the Hulk, and this is apropos timing.
Yeah, we got to do it.
It has to happen. Immortal Hulk has made the CBSI Hot 10 list forever. It is the most talked about and picked up comic book in months. And with Avengers Endgame coming up, we know that Bruce Banner is coming back full force. He's going to Hulk smash his way out of everything. And, hopefully he'll be able to save some people. Or maybe he'll die. Who knows?
Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We do make a lot of comic book content. We would love to have you for the ride. And I have a fun list here of Hulk appearances. And we're going to start this list off. Okay, we're going to go back to November 1960, the first appearance of the Hulk in comics.
Nice.
Right?
Very, very
Great
cool.
cover.
Absolutely. That Kirby goodness, that big gray Hulk going.
No, Russ. 1960.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking earlier than Incredible. I'm
Way
not talking about
back
Incredible
machine.
Hulk,
Oh,
man.
my God.
I'm talking about Journey into Mystery, issue number 62.
A full 18 months before first appearance of Thor?
That's right. You see, this is post-Seduction of the Innocents when all the publishers had to go back to the drawing board. They couldn't do horror. They couldn't do crime.
Nope.
So they were like, all right, let's do some like monster stories. Kids like monster stories. And Kirby wanted to create a character that had a sound, right? And he thought, Hulk, that would be a good sound. So he made this prototype character. It's not the Incredible Hulk, but it is the Hulk, and it's a prototype.
And it does have a good sound, but truthfully, this is the point in time when you couldn't have sharp-edged villains or bad guys. They had to be kind of like round and furry and fluffy, and this Hulk very much looks like a round, furry, fluffy. You could call him Alf, and he'd make a little bit more sense,
Yeah. Hide your seals. Hide your wife. All right. So now let's move on because we're going to move on to the one comic book that we all know and love. It's a cherished comic book. It's a key moment in comic book history. Also done by the King.
Oh my God, I love Jack Kirby. Just the big gray Hulk.
No. Russ, 1961. We're talking about Gunsmoke Western, issue number 63.
Oh, my favorite gunslinger ever, the Hulk.
That's right. We are talking about another version of the Hulk that premiered in Marvel Comics. You had to fight the two-gun kid. This is just a cowboy that's named the Hulk.
Okay.
This is another character here.
And Kid Colt and Two Gun Kid, those are a couple major Marvel gunslinger comic books. So yeah, hearing that he was fighting the Two Gun Kid, that's actually a character that's for a while. So Gunsmoke Western 63. Right. All right. Calling him the Hulk. Still not my Hulk.
I know. He's not your Hulk. I know. Okay, so I want to talk about another choice Hulk appearance, okay?
Okay.
Iron Man, issue number 227.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Hulkamaniac! Yeah, I'm going to rip my shirt off.
Very first appearance.
I'm excited.
Of Hulk Hogan.
Terry Hulk Hogan showing up in comic books. Oh yeah. Man, he was so badass and has the best music video ever. Did you know he played guitar, Tom?
I did not know this.
He plays guitar better than someone, Bradley Nowell from Sublime, who can play guitar like an MF Riot.
Better than Lil Wayne.
That was the worst guitar solo ever. Ding, 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 ding.
All right. No, but Iron Man 227, there's this character who goes up against Iron Man, and it's clearly Hulk Hogan, but because of rights, they weren't like ready to just say Hulk Hogan in there. But he did say, body slam, use a body slam. It's clearly Hulk Hogan.
Well, it's like that one issue of Transformers where Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band are very clearly on the cover, but it's not Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. It's one of those.
Okay, so because we're talking about Hulk Hogan, Hulkmania, we also have Marvel Comics Presents issue number 45. Now, this is the first appearance of the Hulk versus the Hulk. But let me rephrase that because that could be a little confusing. We have Mr. Fix-It versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Okay, so we got Gray Hulk versus Hulk Hogan in his glory. early 90s, late 80s, WrestleMania year.
All right. So these are some fun Hulk appearances. We do appreciate your time today, Comic. I'm just kidding. No. We are actually going to jump into the goods here. We're going to talk about Immortal Hulk.
Now, this is the one that we've been talking about. People have been asking about this for over a month. There is a major controversy about where his first appearance is. And when we're talking about the one that's made the list quite a few times is 684, but in actuality, we all know that he showed up before then. But how far before then? This is how deep we've got to delve.
Let's start this list off at Avengers 684. Right? This is on the cover. This is the most wanted of all the covers.
First full appearance, and you get his big green face on the cover. Absolutely. First print, big green face. Got to be the first appearance of Immortal Hulk, right?
Yes. However, there's also something I want to talk about with this particular issue because we learned something key about the Immortal Hulk. We find out that it's very clear that the Hulk has always been an immortal. This new Immortal Hulk, I don't want to call it a fad because everyone's kind of jumping on this Immortal Hulk train because it's amazing, but he's always been immortal. Just Bruce didn't know it. And you find out it's pretty clear in this issue. Right. So as far as first appearance of Immortal Hulk, I mean, Hulk's always been immortal, but this is his first full appearance.
Right. And we haven't seen this much buzz since the whole Red Hulk and World War Hulk thing a decade ago. So it's very cool to have Bruce Banner and the Hulk be so popular and to give an explanation like he's always been immortal. Okay, cool. This explains why he's been gone so long. And more explanation as to when he died in Civil War II. It was a big thing. Bruce Banner died. Amadeus Cho took over as Totally Awesome Hulk. I mean, it's like, what happened with Bruce Banner? Explanations now, it's the same guy.
Well, if we go back, we're going to find out exactly that process because he was resurrected. He was resurrected over those prior issues to 684. Let's chat about 683 now because Immortal Hulk is on the cover. He's in the top left corner in the box on the screen. So that's him on the cover of 683. And coming out that same week as 683, 682, the second print.
Yes, and he is a full-fledged, full body on the cover of 682 second print. You see him there. It is very clear that the second print of 682 has him. So first full appearance in story is 684. First full appearance on cover is 682 second print.
Or 683 in the corner, same week. So now you can see why it's getting a little dicey.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so 683, and then we have the 682 second print. Well, let's look at 682, the first print, because the first print doesn't have him on the cover. However, 682 is the first full cameo appearance. That second print cover is the cameo appearance found at the very end of that issue and that premiered in the first print.
This is so much like Incredible Hulk 180, 181. And that's totally it. It's that last panel.
I feel like they planned it.
I think they did. I absolutely do. Because when you have the Wolverine show up in that last panel cameo of 180.
They didn't have to put Immortal Hulk on the bottom.
No.
They didn't have to do that.
It totally feels like a tip of the hat to Wolverine showing up in the... Oh my God. So cool. Very, very cool. There's a symmetry there that's, geeky comic book,
So... We mentioned the first full appearance on a cover.
Sure.
682 also had a 1 in 25 variant. And on that cover, we see the fist.
Yep.
We see Hulk's fist. That's Immortal Hulk on the cover. 1 in 25 that came out at release as the 682 did.
Right. So even in 682, he's got the cameo in the last panel. And on the variant cover, he's showing up on the cover. Or part of him showing up on the cover.
It's getting a little dicey. But we got to keep it going back because 681, because we got his first full cameo appearance in 682. I mean, it says it right there on the bottom. But what's interesting is that if you look on Marvel Wiki, it says Bruce Banner makes a appearance in 681. It doesn't say cameo. It doesn't say in the shadows or anything. It says full appearance.
Yeah, well, full appearance.
Oh, no, it doesn't say full appearance, but it says it makes an appearance.
It does, and you see his hand climbing out of that pit. But you also do have an ad for 684, the first cover appearance, which means you have an ad for the first full Immortal Hulk before... right?
It's like Thor 229, that Hulk 181 ad.
Yep.
You think that they know this stuff? Like, they're thinking about this? Like,
yes. There's such a great symmetry between Wolverine and Hulk and what they're doing here. I think these guys know exactly what they're doing with these cameos.
Okay, so 681, we got the hand. It's green. It's the Hulk. Let's go back to 680 now, because 680, there is a cameo in the shadows at the end.
Yes, we get to see the big Hulk smile. Look at his teeth. You can
teeth.
tell it's him.
And that's 680. And by the way, this is the issue that you find out that he's immortal.
That's a great one. And you know, the one before, Avengers 679, we get to see a Hulk green sparkle.
Help me.
I mean, come on. And anyone reading this, when you see help me, and there's just this green thing, you kind of get a tickle. You kind of know. And so regardless of whether you think 684, 683, 682, 681, any of these are 679,
it goes back all the way to there.
it's him. There's a huge chunk of Immortal Hulk, Bruce Banner happening, him rematerializing, him coming back after being killed.
Okay, and one thing we know now, post all of these issues, is that the Green Door is a very integral part to the Hulk mythos now. And because this was a retcon, something added in the run much, much later, we need to look at the Hulk run to find out when that Green Door made its first appearance.
We are looking at the Incredible Hulk's 620.
That's right.
Now, this is after we had the run that basically has the new Red Hulk and the Red She-Hulk and everything else in it.
Other books that have spiked too.
We're basically reverting back to volume 1 of Incredible Hulk. But since he has family and since he has friends with him and since he has more Hulkamaniacs hanging out in his corner, Incredible Hulk's 620, first appearance of the Green Door.
Now, you don't actually see it in here, but it is mentioned and it is the first appearance. And it's being put into eBay listings as the first appearance, and it's selling as the first appearance.
This book is selling for $15 to $20, and it was I literally put copies into my 50-cent bin in the last month. I mean, like, this was not a book on my radar, and now all of a sudden it's going to count, and it's going to be a good one.
Russ, we got some members in the community we got to give a shout out to before I end this video.
Absolutely. We're going to give a shout out to Moreno Comics, who got a Web Spidey number 59.4 with the 2099 poster and a Spidey 2099 and a 9.6.
Heck yeah. Shout out to that Moon Knight pick. That's a good spec book, by the way. Oh, and then we have Only Comic Fans, who's shown off his Marvel Age, issue number 38, the first full appearance, kind of in comic books, but according to the Overstreet, it is, of He-Man.
Super, super cool. And you know what, Stonecutter Cam, I'm really sorry that my Mariners beat the pants off of your Athletics in Japan, and I watched every bit of it while Ichiro retired, but your consolation is that you have a fantastic Hellboy collection, including some great stuff from San Diego, so I'll stop rubbing in the baseball right now.
Yeah, gotta love that true first appearance of Hellboy in a story.
So good.
San Diego Comic-Con number 2. It's one of my favorite books in the world. All right, and then we have Comic Pops, my father, who's showing off his Kamiko primer number 2, first appearance of Grendel.
Absolutely, and I know he was super proud of that, going and getting it signed and going and get it. Very, very cool. So just great stuff. Matt Wagner and Grendel, super cool stuff. This is a tough, tough book to find.
Matt Wagner told me at Emerald City, he's like, I decided early in my career that I'm not going to charge for signatures. And he didn't charge for a sketch, too. That guy's so cool.
That is super cool.
Signed a bunch of stuff for the Mystery Mail.
And he's been doing it for 35 years now. I mean, he's been in the game since the early 80s.
Absolutely. You know? Thank you so much to comicbookinvest.com, CBSI, and Topher for putting out such great articles and just really good information for the comic book community to utilize. It's very valuable. It's helping a lot of people on the hunt.
Absolutely. And you know what? We actually do have a giveaway this week.
We do.
Yeah, we're going to be giving away a copy of Avengers number 682, which is the first cameo appearance, or wait, whatever. But we have a copy of it for you.
Let us know what you think. Which of these are the actual appearances?
It's a controversy, but it's a free comic. So like, subscribe, comment down below for an opportunity to win one of the potential first cameo appearances of Immortal Hulk.
We do appreciate your time, comic book community, and as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough
said. You have only a couple weeks left to sign up for April's Mystery Mail Call. We have a bunch of copies of Shazam number 1 going out, and I even found a whole bunch of these Immortal Hulk's number 620 with Green Doors going out. We have a ton of great comics. Sign up, link in the bio down below.